Welcome back. So I'm hoping that you've sent in your ideas to the Google Drive. I'll be able to see them in my Drive folder. So now we're going into the planning of the essay. Mind you, we've entered the planning section of this essay. We've done the question type, we've done the question analysis, then we are currently in idea generation. So in this part of the essay, we are going to, you've sent me your ideas. So I'll just tell you what I was thinking when I saw the question. So the question is, what is good about it? So I think that people, when they give birth at an older age, they have the financial capability to raise the child. And what is bad about waiting to a later age to give birth? They may find it difficult to give birth because of the fact that their fertility will reduce. But I'm not going to go into those extra details. But yes, before you even start writing your essay, you should have at least one line or two liner explanations under this point that you made. Then which side are we on? That is, which side am I on? I'm more towards the good. I don't know. It might not be the right side of the argument, but I feel I have a strong point to prove with with my points, and I'm going to go with it. Do you understand? So you can decide to go with the bad, but you must make sure that you're making sense and you're writing good English. That's just it. So which side are we on? Which side am I on? I'm going with the good, because with IVF, the bad can be corrected. So that is, I go with the good outweighs the bad, because when people have more money, they can raise children. When they have more money, it's easier to raise children and give the child whatever they want. Even though there is a bad of with difficult that as they get older, they have some difficulty with giving birth. I believe that with IVF, this can be easily corrected. So that is the idea I have for this essay. Do you understand? So the next thing, still in the planning of the essay, is to talk about the points under each of these good and this bad. So I'm going to take it to a Word document now where I've written out my thoughts for each of these points that I have and have it how I want to structure it in my essay. Yeah. Okay, so I said that the good part is that they have the financial ability to raise a child when they are older. The bad part is they may find it difficult to give birth when they are older. So for this essay, I have to have two things to explain these 2 points. So these points are going to make up my body paragraphs, and you'll see me how I use it in the main essay. So for the first point, I said they have financial ability to raise a child if they are older. The next question is how, because that's how you should be thinking when you're writing the essay. They would have worked for longer and are higher in their career with more pay at an older age. Therefore, they'll be able to provide the child with anything they want, and the child is happy. These are the 2 points to support that they have financial ability to raise a child. Then the 2 points, the 2 things that explains that they might find it difficult to give birth is that as people age, research has shown that fertility decreases, and there is also an increased risk of them having malformed children. So these are the 2 points. That's not points exactly, but they are just things that I'm going to use to throw more light on my essay. Then finally, I'm saying that there is IVF, that people who want to give birth at a later age, when they have the money, they can access IVF and have kids. You may argue that IVF is not foolproof and that there's some limitations to it, but that's not my business at the moment, because I'm trying to get my essay across to the examiner and let him see how I'm thinking and the level of my English. I don't need too much nuance, and I don't need to start splitting hairs too much to get my point across. As far as I'm getting my point across in English and they're understanding me, that's good enough. They're not trying to see how technical I am. As far as I'm making sense, do you understand? So let's just leave it at that. So my point is, 1 point, the good is they have financial ability to raise a child if they're older, because they worked for longer and are higher in their career and with more pay, therefore can provide anything the child wants and make the child happy. Why? What's the bad? They might find it difficult to give birth. How? As people age, their fertility decreases, and there's also an increased risk of having malformed children. So what? I don't think the bad is so bad, because there's IVF, and if they have difficulty giving birth, they can just use technology to assist themselves. Do you understand? So then that was my idea, and that's how this essay is going to be structured for me. You may have your own in a different format, and at this point, if you like, I would like you to just take a jotter and write out two things that support the points you wrote in the Google form. So like you fill the Google forms, you have 2 ideas. So just have 2 things explaining those points. That's if you want to go, if you want to write your essay in that format, if you want to use this point, you can stick with this, and I'll see how you do with these particular ideas I've raised. And I'll be encouraged if I look at the Google form you've submitted, if I look at the points you've raised and you follow through with those points and write to those points, like, I'll be happier that you followed your original thoughts and did not follow what I'm pushing to you. So yeah, if you can do that, I'll prefer that. It is right to the point that you sent to me earlier. That's that. Next thing we'll go into now is how to structure your essay. So the different, how many paragraphs you want to write and how to go about writing each of the paragraphs, what to be the constituent of each of the paragraphs. And after that, move into the writing proper. So yeah, see you soon.